Hello everyone and welcome back to the VHS cast. I don't know what we're going to call this podcast. I don't even know if that's the name I'm sticking with. But today I thought, why not record a podcast? So, I want to talk a little bit about Chucky and his appearance, mostly. So, in these newer movies, Cult of Chucky and Curse of Chucky, you'll notice he looks like a doll. Right? You know what I'm saying? He looks like a doll. His face looks plastic and rubber, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, in the first Child's Play, he looked like a doll, but that's because he was a doll, right? Well, later on in the movie, as he started becoming more human, he started physically becoming more human. His hair looked like he was balding, he had a unibrow or scruffy eyebrows, and his face just looked a lot more fleshy. It looked a lot more like skin than it did plastic. And I really liked that look. I thought it was the best look, and, these newer ones, they just don't look good enough, in my opinion. Now, of course, his eyeballs almost always look the same, but even in Child's Play 1, as he started becoming more human, as he started becoming more human, you'll notice a change even in his eyes. And I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if they become more paler or what, but you can notice a change. Now, I'm not sure why I like this look better. I think it's because of the story. He's supposed to look like that. That, and he looks more scarier when he looks more human. Like his hair in Child's Play 1. Of course it'll look real because it's doll hair, and, all hair looks real. But even later on in the movie, the hair looked more real. There's this, I don't know if I'll have pictures on the screen or not, but there's a point right where it's starting to change, where it looks nearly identical to the doll from the first part of the movie, but you can still notice a change. Then later on, you can tell it appears as though he's balding again. And then there's the point near the end when he's ready to switch souls with Andy. You can tell by looking at his hair how much it's changed. He almost looks like a 40-year-old man who's balding. I don't know how to describe the appearance of his hair. So if I remember, I will put images on the screen. Surely I'm going to have something on the screen, because I hope I'm not having you look at just a still image. Just one picture the entire video, but, that's my favorite look of him. The more realistic look. And you may be saying, but he's a doll. He's supposed to look like a doll. Well, like I said, he's turning human. Now, in Child's Play 1, it was told to us that if he doesn't switch souls or switch bodies, that he would be trapped forever in the doll. And one thing that I don't remember if it was said or if we just noticed it as viewers, but as he remained in the doll's body, he started looking more human. Yeah, he started bleeding and stuff, but I don't remember if we were told that he's turning human. But clearly from his appearance, he is turning human. And, just watch the movie. You'll be able to see the difference from the first 10 minutes of Chucky to, the last 5 minutes. You can easily tell the difference. If you held two pictures of them beside each other, it would be a very easy spot the difference. You just circled the whole doll. But then in Bride of Chucky, well, let's talk about Child's Play 3 first. In Child's Play 3, Chucky dies by falling into a fan, which, of course, cuts him to, just shreds him, cuts him to pieces. And even in Child's Play 3, his skin still looked a little bit fleshy, it didn't look like a doll. But I didn't like his face, the shape of it. I thought he looked ugly, but, Child's Play 1 is my favorite, as far as his physical appearance. But anyway, Child's Play 3, He looked kind of ugly, but his face and stuff, he still looked pretty real. And in Bride of Chucky, when Tiffany gets the pieces from the evidence locker and stitches them back together, you know, it's not the same doll, okay? Now, of course, it technically is. You know, by the rules of the Child's Play universe, that doll Tiffany stitched up is Chucky. But it's not. Okay? Like, if you look at the pieces in Child's Play 3 that were cut up, I'm pretty sure, if I can remember correctly, he was pretty much shredded. But there's this part in the movie where this big metal scythe, or whatever, falls down and cuts off half of his face. Where's that stitch? In Bride of Chucky, where is that big stitch? And I know it's like, well, it's just a design choice. But maybe it is a different doll, because the face doesn't look fleshy, you know? It doesn't look real. It looks like a mix between plastic and rubber. I don't know if plastic and rubber are made up of the same shit. I don't know any of that shit, but it looks like a mix of plastic and rubber. Now, obviously, later on in the movie, he still looks the same, you know, because they're not focusing on voodoo stuff as heavy as they were in the first movie, which, you know, was kind of upsetting, sort of, because that's who he is. He just, I believe it was Seed, he just changed who he was completely. He wanted to be a human again, and then he said, no, I am a serial killer in a doll's body. Like, it hit him. And then after that, he didn't want to change bodies. Now, he did in Curse of Chucky, off screen, he got into Alice's body, and then apparently, from what I took from the movie Cult of Chucky, he used Alice's body to kill people, and then I guess the body got too damaged and he had to switch souls. So I'm pretty sure, if it wasn't said in Cult of Chucky, I'm pretty sure Alice is dead. But anyway, what I'm wondering is, how did he go into Alice's body? You know, in Curse of Chucky, he was in that doll body for at least 2 nights, at least. And in Child's Play 2, it must have been 2 or 3 days. I don't know, maybe longer. But anyway, when Chucky was in the doll's body, and he was stuck in it. Child's Play 1, it was probably, again, 2 or 3 days, and he couldn't switch bodies. Well, he might have been able to, he was trying to. And I just didn't get that. Like, how was he able to go into Alice when, in a matter of 48 hours, he is unable to? It's just weird how stuff changes in these movies. Like, I wish we had a little bit more information. Like, if Chucky doesn't get in the new body in this much amount of time, he just can't. Or maybe an explanation for why he does not look aged. Like in Curse of Chucky, does he look at all realistic? Fleshy and shit? No. Even at the end of the movie, when he takes off that rubber shit on his face, and he shows his real face, it does not look real. It looks like just a redesign of just a redesign of Bride and Seed of Chucky's Chucky. In Child's Play 1, it just looked so good. But then in Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky, they're like, you know what? Let's just have him look the same throughout the entire movie. Just, why not? And I get it. It could be that it costs quite a bit of money to make so many dolls, and then to make realistic versions, and then to make... I'm sure it costs money to make the animatronic doll, the part that you see moving, and then to make a normal doll, the one that you would let a kid hold, you know? Like the one in Curse of Chucky that Alice was holding. I guess that weighed 80 pounds or something. So what she was holding was actually an animatronic. But I'm sure to make an actual doll, like we see in the beginning of Child's Play 1, you know, they'd have to do that for every version of the doll in Cult or Curse if they kept making realistic versions. I don't know. I try to wrap my head around some stuff sometimes, like how it's changed so much as far as his physical appearance. Now, you could say that he just switches souls, you know. You could say that between the events of... what was it? Oh my gosh. Between the events of Seed of Chucky and Curse of Chucky, he switched souls into a new good guy doll. But then you gotta wonder, how did you get your hands on a good guy doll? Because remember, in the Child's Play universe, these things came out in the 80s. And they were very popular. So you'd imagine that they'd be pretty hard to find in the Child's Play universe. Just because of how old they would be at this point. And because, you know, their popularity and how much it cost. And then you gotta wonder, if it was a 1980s Child's Play doll, I mean a 1980s good guy doll, wouldn't the paint be faded a bit? Or wouldn't the hair be missing a little bit or something? If it was a different doll? But then you gotta wonder, if it's a different doll, how does he still have the damage to his face? I was going to bring up the point that maybe the dolls got remade by a different factory or a different company or whatever, and he just got his body put into a newer version of the doll. But then again, how does he still have the face damage? Excuse me. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts and theories and shit about why he doesn't change appearance anymore. And again, it could just be, you know, a design choice or a money thing. But I think it's dumb. He looked so much better when he looked real. And I've said that like 2 or 3 times now. But he just does. Like, right now I'm looking at images of the 1980s Child's Play while I'm doing the video. Wow, that image is really small. I thought that was supposed to be bigger. But anyway, I'm looking at pictures and he just looks so good. Like, the hair looks so real. The face, just everything about it. It looks great. And then you have that mess in Curse of Chucky that looked like a duck and a girl and, I don't know, a little person. I don't know what they were going for in Curse of Chucky. I'm going to have to show some images on the screen if you don't know exactly what I'm talking about. But he looked pretty bad in Curse of Chucky. And apparently, Don Mancini said that was on purpose. I guess maybe it's because at the end he takes off that rubber shit on his face and he shows his real face. But even still, would it change? It did not change his appearance that much. It just covered up his scars. It wasn't like a mask. So why did he look so... I don't want to use these words on YouTube, or at least on this channel. So why did he look so, quote-unquote, funny? He just looked so bad. Like in the artwork for the DVD or whatever, he looked somewhat normal, you know? He obviously looked redesigned. But he looked decent, I guess. The face was too fat and too, I don't know, it was just, And then, oh my gosh, the scene where he goes to bite Nika's sister's finger. His face, I don't know what you call that shit, but he just looked so weird. It looked like he was wearing makeup. And then the part where he electrocutes Nika's sister's nanny or whatever, that woman who's supposed to be looking after Alice, his face, his lips pop out like a duck. His eyes are like, he looks like he's looking up in the sky, cross-eyed. And his, I'm looking at a picture right now, and it's so bad. And then the scene where Alice is being tucked in and she has Chucky with her. He looks better than he did in the actual artwork for the movie. Yeah, his face is too fat and maybe a bit too tall. But still, it looks so much better than the artwork for the movie. Which I don't know. It's just so bad. And then the scarred version, the part where he takes off his makeup and he shows you his real face. You know, you can tell a difference in the shape of his head. excuse me. Looking at the one where I said he looks like a duck, the one where he electrocutes Alice's friend, whoever she is, Nika's sister's girlfriend, I don't know. But when he electrocutes that chick, his face, oh my goodness, it's just so bad. And then, again, the part where I said when Alice is being tucked in with Chucky, you can see the shape of his head is humongous when compared to the shape of his head when he takes off that shit covering his scars. It's just so bad. I guess it kind of looks like a mix between Glenn and Chucky, with most of Chucky's features, but the ugliness of Glenn. It doesn't even look like a baby, okay? Like in Child's Play 1, when you take away the really long hair, and let's see, I should have a picture up. Yeah. When you take away the really long hair and stuff, and obviously the fleshy looking skin, it's a baby doll, okay? Take away the height of the doll, take away all the hair, the face is a baby. When they're putting it together in the beginning of Child's Play 2, the face is a baby. If you take away the scar and the long hair on the doll in Curse of Chucky, he looks like a little person. He looks... I'm not calling little people ugly, but he looks ugly. He does not look like a baby doll. Oh my gosh, it's just so bad. I guess he looks like a mix between a little person, a monkey, and... I don't even know. If you've seen the movie and you really like just look at his appearance and you really look at it, it's just so bad. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's one screenshot. I don't know if I'm gonna have it in the video because I don't know when I'm gonna even edit this. But where he looks a little bit more normal. But even then, he should still look more realistic. He should have the fleshy look to his skin. Curse of Chucky was just, one of my favorite Chucky movies. But his appearance is what just, would just take me away from the movie. It just, he's so ugly. And the part when, he's being sent to Andy, and he's just, he pokes out of that box like, just like it's a cartoon. He moves his head to the sounds playing from the television. It's just, I'm looking at a screenshot right now, and he looks so bad. I love the movies, but, they need to go back to how he originally looked. Now, his appearance is not ruining my enjoyment. I still really enjoy these movies. I even enjoyed Cult of Chucky, which a lot of people didn't like for some reason. But, oh my gosh, his appearance in not Child's Play, in Curse of Chucky. He looked like a duck. The scene where Alice is in the bathroom and she goes to Chucky, the look on his face. He looks like a little girl mixed with a duck. His eyes are way too big. His lips are just way too feminine. His hair is just... oh my gosh, looking at it, I just laugh, you know. It's just so bad. Now, I didn't like his appearance in Bride or Seed because I like the original look. The one from the first movie, not the ones from parts 2 and 3. They were different dolls, so of course they're going to look a bit different, but Child's Play 1 had the best appearance. Curse of Chucky, not Curse. Bride and Seed, I don't know. Something about it I didn't like. He looked like they were trying too hard to make him appear scary. I guess, is what it is, maybe, that I didn't like. They were trying too hard. Maybe. Now I get it, he was stitched together from pieces of a doll that got ripped up, so of course he's gotta look like that. But what's up with the eye? Why does he have a big chunk of plastic or flesh, whatever you want to call it, on this doll, but a big chunk missing from around his eye? Why does it look like he was just recently cut? Like, why do the cuts look fairly new? It's just... I need to look up Seed of Chucky real quick. Because there's something I did not like about that appearance. Now, I know, honestly, for all I know, the same doll was used in Bride and Seed. But looking at it right now, I gotta say no. I gotta say they're different dolls. Now, the one in Seed, again, for all I know, they could be the same dolls, but the way he appeared in Seed, he looked too new. Now, I get it, they were made for a movie, and I'm not referring to the actual movie that you watched. I'm referring to the movie within the movie. What was it called? It was some stupid Christmas Chucky movie in the Chucky universe. But anyway, they were props, and somehow Glenn brought them to life. Maybe they were the actual dolls themselves. I don't know. I guess I need to rewatch it. But he looked too shiny, I guess. Too new and out of the box. And I'm not going to get talking about this. I just happened to click on an image that was actually Chucky merchandise, a Chucky toy. All the toys look like shit. Like, you see shit made by NECA, like the Jason Voorhees figurines and the Nightmare on Elm Street stuff. They look great, okay? Now, they look great. I don't know if I'd actually spend like 50 or however much it is to collect them. But they look great. Chucky, though, I think it was McFarlane, the guys who made those really ugly looking ones. Chucky has some merchandise, some dolls made of him that don't even look like him. They are so bad. They look like he took a rip-off Chucky doll, held its face on a stove, and then tried to make it look good again. Ugh. I'm not even going to put a picture on screen because it's just so ugly that I don't want it in my video. And holy shit, if this is official merchandise, I don't know what to say. I'm scrolling down. I see a Glenn mask. I hope that's a custom-made thing and not actual like merchandise they sold in a store, because that is so bad. Now, you think it'd be easy to make a mask of a doll. Just make a doll's face and then cut it in half and then stick some string on the side to stick it around your face. There you go, you got a Chucky mask. But, oh my gosh, the merchandise is so bad. And then there was some unofficial merchandise. There was a Chucky sweater. It looked so bad. There was an article on Bloody Disgusting about it because I guess they figured it was worth their time to talk about. Just look up this shit on Bloody Disgusting. Just look at some of the fake merchandise. I call it fake. I don't know if they actually get permissions to do the stuff they do or not. But a lot of people make merchandise for horror stuff and try to sell it and make profit. But anyway, we're done talking about merch. We're talking about the doll. The appearance. It's just so bad. Like, really, really bad. Now again, in Seed and Bride, Bride and Seed, he looked better. Not better than the original, but better than he did in Child's Play 3. He did not look better, though, than he did... No, he did... words! He does look better, though, than his appearance in both Curse and Cult. Now, in Cult, it was a major improvement over Curse. His appearance is just so much better. One second, let me look this up. Now... I don't know if I want to take that comment back or not. His face looks like it was squished. Like, words. I don't even know what to say. It's so bad. I thought it looked better than it did in Cult. I mean, than it did in Curse, but never mind. Now, the actual Good Guy doll itself, that is better than it looked in Curse of Chucky. But the animatronic, no. Definitely not. The face is so bad. Now, I'm not trying to hate on the movies. I love the movies. And if I pissed anyone off, you know, I guess my bad. I wasn't trying to piss you off. But, in my opinion, he does not look great. Now, the actual Chucky in Cult of Chucky, the one with the messed up face, did they mess up on the eyeball? Or am I... No, I'm looking at a reversed image. 1 minute. I need to flip this. Okay, never mind. But anyway, it just... it definitely looks good, but... what are they going to do now? We're not going to talk about theories and speculations and shit about the next Chucky movie, but I'm worried that the next movie or the next couple movies are going to be the last. Because I don't know what we're going to do now that Chucky can become whatever he wants, and now that the real Chucky is just a head on a stick. I don't know what they're going to do with that. But, you know, I'm really looking forward to the next movie. But I'm not looking for it to last long. And I don't mean my excitement, I mean the franchise. Again, just after seeing what he is in Cult of Chucky, I'm thinking it's going to end here soon. And not because the movies will tank or anything, but because I don't know how far the story can keep going. But he did. He looked pretty good in Cult of Chucky. At least the head on a stick. The one Andy had locked up in a safe. That looked pretty good. And we're not going to get talking about Andy real quick, but Andy was a dick, okay? Excuse me. I get why you have him locked up in a vault, gagged, why you hate him. But why did you take a blowtorch to his face, man? He has feelings, and I don't mean he has emotions, I mean he has physical feelings. Now, again, if this was real life, not again, I didn't mention this at all, but if this was real life, you know, I'm sure that I would also hate him as equally as you. But Andy Barkley, how could you? You're torturing the poor guy. But anyway, I'm done. I just wanted to talk a little bit about his physical appearance and how much I really love the look of him in the first movie. And oh my gosh, I see the screenshot from Child's Play 2 when he's killing Miss Kettlewell. He looks so bad. It's just so bad. But if you can look past his appearance in the newer 2 movies, they're still great. They're great movies. Thanks for watching and listening to my opinion. I said watching in. I think I combined opinions or something with watching. But thanks for watching, listening to my opinions. I don't know if the podcasts are very popular or not on the channel. I have recorded 2 of these in advance, so I have no clue. But either way, thank you so much for watching. If you want more of my opinions, more of my thoughts, theories, whatever on horror, leave them down below. And if you want me to do a different movie or upload a different scene or something to the channel, make sure you let me know in the description and in the comments. When I focus on making something sound professional, I always mess up. But anyway, make sure you let me know in the comments, because I will do more. As I say in the description of my channel, this is your home for horror. You want something on the channel, you let me know and it will be on the channel. Thank you for watching, I'll see you in the next one.